Yeah, I mean, there was a buoyant mood around the whole event, right throughout the conference centre. And, of course, Keir Starmer, I think, arguably gave the best political speech of his life. I mean, he got more standing ovations than Stalin. He mentioned Great Britain more than Margaret Thatcher did during her heyday. And then he was able to say...
and there you are looking...
There you are with him, looking
smiling,
looking with him there, Frank.
And he was comfortable to say that the Labour Party is now the political wing of the British people, which is a Tony Blair phrase. He also threw out phrases such as country before party. Now, you can't imagine that sort of narrative during a Jeremy Corbyn-led Labour Party. So he's clearly...
But I have to say, you say that. I mean, obviously my seat at the time was in Wirral West on Merseyside. There were massive hordes and hordes of people, Labour supporters, going to see Jeremy Corbyn. They had more people at a rally than Keir has ever had. So you have had that sort of vibrancy and support before. Did you think you were going to win in 2017?
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between being able to attract a group of people who have zero pragmatism in the politics and actually being able to attract people who are serious about taking government. So I think Jeremy Corbyn was fantastic at gesture politics, great at sloganising, but was never able to put together a programme that was considered by the British electorate anywhere near serious. So although the Labour Party, as I say, are tagging to the centre, and I think that's a sensible thing for them to do, I don't think there was any sense within the party's leadership that it's job done. And I think that when you listen to the speeches from people like Rachel Reeves, Wes Streeting, and others within the shadow cabinet, you will understand and appreciate that they have a framework of policy, but not the detail yet. And I think what people will be looking for over the next 12 months or so is what that detail looks like. I think there was a gift given to them on Friday as well through the mini-budget. As Simon said earlier in the newspaper review, there was a poor communication of that. I don't think it was necessary for the Chancellor to announce a 45p decrease in terms of tax. I don't think it was necessary for him to announce the bankers' bonuses. I think he could have indicated that that was what they wanted to see if the economy grew in the way that they wished to see it. But imagine had those two announcements not been made, where did Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves have to go the following week? Because they haven't reversed the decision on national insurance. No. They were quite quiet on corporation tax, and they've said they'll keep the penny income tax reduction. So had those things not been said about bankers' bonuses and 45p tax rate,
no difference.
The party would have been on the back foot. As it was, Keir Starmer was given an open goal, and Keir Starmer's style, and credit to him, he didn't try and overhead kick it in. He firmly side-footed the ball into the back of the net. I think the 33% poll lead, by the way, is for the birds. But I do think Labour's in a good position and probably looking at around 12%, which is where Blair was when he won in 97.
Now, Keir Starmer's personal poll ratings are still quite poor. I just wondered whether you got a sense at the conference that the strategy of the Labour Party was not to go out and win the election, but to sit back and let the Conservatives lose the election.
If they do that, they won't win, because people do want to see alternative policies. They do expect to see the Labour Party or whoever is in opposition have a clear alternative strategy and plan. And I think, as I say, there's a framework for that, but they've got to do a lot more over the next 12 months. I think what Keir Starmer is trying to produce, as far as the Labour Party is concerned, is a team, and that's why you see people like Rachel Reeves, like Wes Streeting, like Angela Rayner getting a big platform because they are good communicators, arguably better communicators than Keir. But he's up against Liz Truss. He's not up against Boris Johnson. I think that's a massive advantage.